Well, hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite, Rafael Tavares, talking to you straight from Cradle Con. And we're here with our old friend Joseph.
Hey, what's going on?
And our new friend.
Hey, my name's Ryan.
Ryan, great intro. I would never think that you're on radio or something, you know that.
Right? It's just my natural charisma, you know? Just oozes.
So we were talking a little while ago, and besides your book, which is doing pretty well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Blackwoods, art with artist Josh Hickson, is going very well. I also have Tales of Happenstance with Sly Crappa, and a new book, Simone and the Crazy Card Game, with me, myself and Patrick Sinnott.
Yeah, so you're busy. So what you're telling me is before you were this busy, you were doing this podcast with our friend here.
Yeah, so Joe is no longer on the podcast. We had to boot him out. He was too handsome for radio. So we host the Divisive Issues podcast, me and 3 other co-hosts. And you want a little pitch? Is that what?
Hey, go for
okay.
It. Let us know what's going on.
So what we do is we come out every other Wednesday, New Comic Book Day, and we have 2 fans that love comic books. I am one of them, and 2 fans that think they're super dumb and hate them. And we pick like noteworthy, controversial books or just anything that we think would be interesting, even if it's just like a crazy 60s cover or some like really edgy 90s book or something. And we kind of analyze it both from like a comic perspective, but also, like one of our hosts has a degree in philosophy, one has a degree in English, and we talk about like how they're written, the art, and what makes them worth talking about. Most of the time we just make jokes at each other's expense, though.
I was about to say, it sounds like it's a bunch of friends, some who like, some who don't like, and then sit down trying to assassinate each other.
Yep, there's a lot of making fun of each other because I like some dumb character and they all think he's dumb, or like
Guy Gardner.
You like Guy Gardner?
Everywhere I go.
Guy Gardner, he just bought his first appearance.
Oh my God. He likes Guy Gardner.
I just think he's like a satirical figure on like 80s imperialism and American politics, and like I find that critique of nationalism done to its extreme juxtaposed with Blue Beetle and Booster Gold's wacky Abbott and Costello antics to be refreshing in a time when comics were getting awfully edgy.
When you say it like that, it sounds better. But my favorite Guy Gardner moment was when Batman punched him in the face.
I would say if you like that analysis, along with 2 other people saying that Ryan is stupid, please listen to this podcast. They are hilarious. You'll never find a greater range of opinions and just great chemistry in a podcast.
Well, there you have it. Make sure to check out the podcast. Where can they find it?
So Divisive Issues is available wherever you find podcasts. It's free, so you could go iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, or all of the backlog is found at frandsradio.com. That's FRONDSRADIO.com.
We also have a Patreon. Yeah, way to plug yourself. Okay. All right. They have a great Patreon. It's $5 a month. They just finished covering Heroes in Crisis, the DC event. It was the first time they ever did a monthly comic in that format, kind of reading the event as it came out. And it was a really fascinating experiment having 2 non-comic readers actually read it in, that kind of format.
Well, and you guys kicked him out? Look at that. He's still helping you out.
He's just, look at that. Look at that jawline.
I do most of your promotion for you guys. Let's be real.
Yeah, so the Patreon, as Joe mentioned, we're part of the Flying Machine Podcast Network. So if you go to flyingmachine.network or patreon.com/Flying Machine, you could find all that stuff. And it's not just us. It's lots of other great shows about lots of other types of media. It's not just comics. But, let's be real, we're the best ones, so.
All right, Joe, tell us one last time where we can find you.
You can find me at AmazingJCiano.com. Also Twitter, Instagram, at AmazingJCiano.
Guy Gardner? Really?
Spent money on that issue.
Huh? You want to say something? The cameraman wants to say something. He's supposed to be the cameraman, but he wants to say something.
Do you like Guy Gardner?
No. But I want to make Guy Gardner became a Red Lantern.
Okay.
Yep, Guy Gardner did become the Red Lantern. That was in Charles Soule's run. And you know what? If you're going to talk about an indictment of American imperialism, maybe making someone overcome with rage on an alien planet is kind of a good metaphor.
I don't know. It's like Trump as a superhero. Adios, amigos.
Yeah,